welcome to my Week 3 LPL Power Rankings, where I go through the teams 17th to 1st and where I have them compared to where I had them last week, and give you a little recap, a short little snippet of why they are where they are. I do this for all 4 major regions every week. 17th, I have LGD, who are going to be dropping 2 spots to bottom of the barrel. They are currently 0-4, lost to JDG and Ultra Prime. JDG rose high up in my rankings, so that loss isn't too bad. Losing to Ultra Prime, though, is a problem. Ultra Prime is a young team. I feel like a lot of these teams in this area are intermixed and could change by the day, by the match. But as of the moment, LGD looks awful. They struggle a lot, and maybe when they play more teams down at the bottom, instead of the likes of JDG, who have key players that can just completely carry games against them, just dismantling them. Those players are dismantling LGD, so LGD needs to play teams that are a little worse than what they've been playing. 16th, I have Thunder Talk. Damn it. They are up 1 spot. Losing to RNG and Weibo is not, those 2 teams are no slouches. Thunder Talk are 0-5, however. So they have to pick it up if they want to be able to make the playoffs at all. I have no faith really in their team. I think their team on paper stinks. But losing to RNG and Weibo, those are 2 playoff teams. You expect them to lose to them. I would hope that they can compete more, but this week was a lot of the haves and have-nots. Not many teams had a win and a loss this week. Either you won your games or you lost them all. 15th, I have Team Wii. They're moving up 1 spot. Team Wii are competitive against everybody they play, in my opinion. Does that look good? That looks fine. Hopefully it stays. They lost to Top and LNG. LNG is a top team in the league. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Top Esports should be more competitive. Sometimes they do really well and sometimes they do awful. Team Wii faced them when they were doing okay. Team Wii have played against everybody competitively, though, this year. And I think over time, after the new year, they'll be better. And they may be able to get into this middle range instead of being at the bottom, because they are close to getting wins. 14th, I have Anyone's Legend, who do not move at all in my rankings. They lost to FPX, RNG, and Weibo. So they lost to 3 playoff teams. So what can you do? What are Anyone's Legend going to do against that? They should have beat Weibo. That series was a weird one today. So they'll get better over time. 13th, it's not really fair to them to drop them a spot. They only played one. Game. However, it was a loss. They lost to Victory 5 earlier in the week. Victory 5 have moved up in my rankings, which changes things. But as of the moment, Rare Atom, we don't really have a lot of information on them. They played the least amount of games of anybody in the LPL right now, with only 3 matches. So hopefully after New Year, we'll get a better idea of who they are. But right now, they do not look like a playoff team. A disappointing week out of IG. I have IG falling to 12th. Gosh almighty, this marker. So, I have IG dropping to 12th. They lost to LNG and RNG, 2 playoff teams, but clearly they don't look like they're on a playoff team level. They're a borderline playoff team, but a young team. Nenny looks good. Yukai looks good at times. So over time, they will get better. When they figure out their 80 carry situation, they'll get better, because I think they're swapping theirs. They need to figure that out, get a solid 5 players going, and maybe they can sneak into the playoffs over time, because they do have the pieces there. Do I do this? Oh no, I'm gonna audible on my own rankings right now. So Ultra Prime move up 2. I had them originally 10th, but I'm not going to do that to who I had 11th in my algorithm. So Ultra Prime beats LGD, last place, lost to EDG, first place. Ultra Prime looks good though. Their bot lane is disgusting. I think their bot lane can take them to places. Hopefully over the split, the rest of their team does. I am interested in this team. They are nasty. I think I can spoil a team like IG's chances of making the playoffs, and the next coming teams right in this range. I think Ultra Prime can take games off of them over the split and hurt their chances to get to MSI in that way. 10th, sorry. 10th, I have Top. Top beat Team Lee, lost to Victory 5. I mean, they barely beat Team Lee. I think it went to a 3-game series, so that's not enough. Victory 5, today's series was a banger. They have to figure out how they want to play the game. They have too many good players to be down this low in the rankings. They need to get better. They are a playoff team on paper, but they are not getting the job done. And I think it's one of those teams that after New Year's will pick it up. 9th, I have FPX, which I think I may have overrated a bit last week because they had a good first week. But they beat Anyone's Legends, but lost to JDG, who was in this range last week. But JDG showcased the ability that we've been waiting for against FPX that moves them up in the rankings for me. FPX is a young team, a growing team like IG that I think as the split goes on, we'll see them get better. And it will be a matter of the haves and have-nots when it comes to development. 8th place, dropping 6 spots as well. Dropping 6 spots as well. I have OMG. They lost to EDG and BLG. They lost to 2 very, very good teams. And they played competitive against EDG. I mean, no, they didn't. They got blown out by EDG. So they clearly are not as good as EDG. They're not on this tier yet, but they're definitely in here. Cream looks good. The team around him looks good. They have potential. They will make the playoffs, and I think they'll surprise some people in the playoffs. They might win a couple series and get pretty far. 7th, another team that didn't move in my rankings. Oh, actually, no, that's a lie. They did. You can't read that, but they moved up 1. Weibo beat 2 dogs. They beat Anyone's Legends, and they beat Thunder Talk. So good for them. They're 7th. They shouldn't have beat Anyone's Legends the way they played, at least in Game 2. They won a game with less than half the kills of the opponent. Weibo has been a weird team this year. They are currently 3-1, but they could be 1-3. The old Suning roster is too good on paper, like Top, to be this bad. They should be here, or at the very least, not playing these guys to 3rd games where things could get out of hand. Sixth, I have RNG. They didn't move up anywhere. They beat 3 teams below them. They should have beat IG, Anyone's Legends, and Thunder Talk. I mean, the IG series was the best one of the 3 in terms of beating a team. I mean, Xiaohu is starting to turn it up. The team's turning it up. Bin is still leaving a lot to be desired, though, in top lane, so we have to wait to see what Bin does and to see if they can compete up here with the better teams than them. But as of right now, RNG are looking good. I mean, a 3-0 week is nothing to scoff at. 5th, I have probably where Victory 5 should be. Good golly gosh. So, Victory 5 beat Rare Atom, but beat Top 2, which is a marquee win. This team is 3-0 now. They're competitive. Rookie and Carso look good. The team around them look good. We'll see how they go moving forward. The 3-game series against Top was a doozy. The late game issues need to be resolved. I'm interested to see how they do against a team like RNG or Weibo or even OMG, FPX, one of these guys. More opposition that are close to their level to see where they fall. Because right now, 5th seems a little high. I'm going to change my rankings again at the last second. I'm having... So I changed my rankings. JDG I'm going to have 4th instead of 3rd. They beat IG and Team Wii. 2 smaller wins, but JDG are starting to show what we thought they'd be. No, they didn't do that. LNG did. Oh, goodness. They beat LGD and FPX. FPX is a marquee win. LGD stinks, but JDG is starting to show what we thought we would see out of them. They're a very, very good team. They're a world's contending team, and this is what we should expect from them and see moving forward as a top probably 6 team or 7. 3rd. Moving up 1 spot, LNG. They beat IG and Wii, like I just said about JDG on accident. LNG is still sloppy in games, but they're 4-0, so you can't take it away from them as they're working out their issues as a team. I mean, they're winning games, so they're going to look really scary when they finally get it on board and get it all together and, you know, get all the kinks out. 2nd place. You can't read that. BLG moved up 4. They beat OMG. That was the only game they played this week. They're 2-0. On paper, very, very good team. Even better than what their roster is right now because Uzi's not in there. They're going to stay up here until they play games. They play 2 games in the next 4 days. We'll get a better idea of where they fall. But right now, they're beating OMG, who I had 2nd before, and now I have 8th. So we'll see how they do against teams that are in this range, more teams in this range, because OMG still could keep falling to maybe even here. I mean, they started in this range for me for my power rankings, and then they did 3-0, but now they're moving back because they're going to even out to probably in here. 1st place. 1st place, if you follow along with my rankings and my recaps in the morning of the LCK and LPL, EDG's on a whole nother level. They smoked OMG. They beat Ultra Prime. Currently 4-0. EDG is just disgusting. Former world champions, I mean, the current world champions, they're too good right now. No one's matching them. And, I mean, I'll be interested to see who ends up finally taking a game off them going forward and giving them a run for their money. But as of right now, they are 1st place. And it is an ocean between LGD and EDG. I mean, I would argue that right now my tier list, if I had one, would be... My tier list would be EDG 1st, probably... Darn it, this marker. And I'd probably say these 2 teams are definitely going to be in the top 5 before the splits out. I think these 2 teams are definitely on paper very good. But then we got from here probably to here. 4th through 10th, I have no idea. I think these teams can take games off of each other at any time. Very random. We don't know enough. This team is an enigma. This team has fallen apart. This team's young as well. That's kind of what 4th through 10th are. 4th through 10th are a mess. And then probably, what do I even do? I mean, I don't even know if I want to break this up into a tier because I feel like these guys are definitely better than these ones. But Rare Atom aren't getting enough love. They didn't even play last week, really. Only played 1 game. How am I supposed to, say that they're as bad as a team like Thunder Talk that have played 5 games already and look awful? So, as of right now, I mean, that's kind of how I have it. How I'm looking at it going forward into week 3. Thank you for watching my LPL power rankings. I will have my LCK ones out the next day, Tuesday. I did these late Sunday night, so I got them done before the Monday games. even though I'm going to upload this tomorrow morning, this was done at Sunday, on Sunday, late Sunday night. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you like this content.